Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Today, we will present about corporate social responsibility from conventional and Islamic perspective. Today, I will present about introduction of corporate social responsibility, also known as CSR. CSR has become one of the most important aspects on the global agenda, both at company and other public-private institution level, where the empowerment of technology, globalization, and growing public awareness create the need for a business model that operates maintain social and environmental ecosystem. Okay, there are some differences between corporate social responsibility in conventional and Islamic perspective that will be explained in this video by group member at the part of discussion. The concept of CSR in Islam focus on the foundation of Islam, which are Aqidah. Aqidah is a belief and faith. Next is ibadah, worship. Then lastly is akhlaq, morality and ethics. The phenomena of corporate social responsibility provide good governance, employee rights, education and training, customer satisfaction, environment protection, and other relevant dimensions for organization success. Organization can show CSR in many ways, including in the form of donation to charities, employee volunteering, environmental conscious production process, ethical too.
Then we'll continue the presentation for literature review. In literature review, we are going to discuss corporate social responsibility through two perspectives. They are Islamic and conventional. Several articles were picked from various sources and compiled into this part. From conventional perspective, corporate social responsibility is generally known as a corporate commitment to operate economically concerning their social surrounding. In early themes in corporate social responsibility conceptualization accentuated that corporate volunteerism was critical to the discharge of social responsibilities. The purpose of corporate social responsibility is to give back to the community, take part in philanthropic causes, and provide positive social value. Corporate social responsibility plays an important role in maintaining the perception that the public has about them. Based on the research made by Potapkin and Firsanova on 2017, a strong correlation between the corporate social responsibility perceived by the customer and their trust and loyalty to a company. However, the study showed that there is no direct relationship between perceived corporate social responsibility and consumer loyalty, and the correlation between them is mediated by the trust factor. Then, for Islamic perspective, according to Javed Akhtar, corporate social responsibility refers to the expectation that society has of business not to harm and also to contribute positively to the well-being of others. The concept of corporate social responsibility itself is inscribed in Sharia. In Islamic corporate social responsibility, the concept of Sharia has two major implications. The first is that organization should be good in every transaction and have a belief of the unity of Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala and pursue working to bring happiness in this life and hereafter despite having any financial consequences. Second, Islamic corporate social responsibility promotes the behavior of brotherhood and justice. to balance employee rights and better coherence between self-interest and altruism. The Islamic view on corporate social responsibility has a more holistic approach. It encompasses the broader meaning embracing the taqwa dimension by which corporations as groups of individuals execute the role and responsibilities as a servant and vicegerent in all situations. Next is on the methodology. For this assignment, we choose to make a qualitative research. In the quantitative study, the representation of the world are represented by numbers and statistics compared to the qualitative inquiry that offers representation of the world which are primarily linguistic. And the most common way to do data analysis for qualitative research is through inductive thematic analysis. It involves the process of reading through textual data, identifying themes, and then interpreting the structure and content related. Since the methods used in research will hugely influence the needed requirement, a clear guide of the process of data collection and analysis is important.
Next, we move to the discussion. Corporate social responsibility, or better known as CSR, is synonymous with the ethics and morale of the association. There is currently no organization unrelated to CSR, and the whole world recognizes it. CSR also become the most significant piece of the financial program to get arrangements in social issues and network government assistance. Furthermore, CSR is a sustainable economic and business activity and more than a legal requirement to protect the well-being of employees, communities, and the environment. CSR incorporates a domain supportability and human maintainability part that makes work environment equity, investment, and working environment well-being, and increase the value of different stakeholders including providers, clients, and other network individuals. CSR shows that you are a business that investigates more extensive social issues instead of simply those that sway your overall revenues, which will attract customers who share similar qualities. Besides, some clear benefits of corporate social responsibility are an advantage over competitors, greater employee engagement, improved public image, and increased customer engagement. CSR Pyramids Model. The pyramid of CSR is proposed to be seen from a stakeholder perspective of view wherein the emphasis is in general, not the various parts. The CSR pyramid holds that organizations ought to participate in choices, activities, approaches, and practices that at the same time satisfy the four segment parts. The pyramid ought not be disappeared to imply that business is relied upon to satisfy its social obligations in some consecutive, various leveled style, beginning at the base. Or maybe business is relied upon to satisfy all duties at the same time. The situating or requesting of the four classifications of responsibilities strives to depict the essential or fundamental nature of these four classifications to business presence in the public eye. As said previously, economic and legal responsibilities are required, moral and altruistic obligations are normal and wanted. The portrayal being depicted along these lines is that the all-out social duty of business involves the simultaneous satisfaction of the firm's economic, legal, ethical, and philanthropic responsibilities. Okay, next we move to the CSR in Islamic perspective. CSR from an Islamic point of view depends on a comprehensive methodology which depends on the Sharia establishment. Next, can be seen dependent on the lessons of the Quran and Sunnah. Then, an Islamic corporation commits to CSR to set up the correct relationship with Allah and assume its job as vicegerent in this world. Lastly, CSR in Islamic is not the obligation of government alone. Considerable number of individuals in the network, including the business enterprises. Okay, next. Conventional perspective in CSR. CSR from conventional of view are more a humanistic methodology as opposed to an all-encompassing methodology. Then enterprises from the regular view are driven by the administration or corporate arrangement to focus on CSR. Furthermore, CSR of business from a conventional perspective is to maximize profit for the shareholders within the rules of the game, which are fair competition, no deception or fraud. Lastly, the conventional corporations distribute their wealth by special funds that have been allocated by the corporation itself.
Many methods and concepts done by the companies and institutions all over the world when it comes to corporate social responsibility. Corporate social responsibility encompasses around philanthropic, ethical, legal, and economic responsibilities. While both Islamic perspective and conventional perspective are aiming for balanced financial performance with contribution to the quality of life of their employees, Islamic perspective are more focused on the spiritual values and religious requirements that will be counted in both during lifetime and the hereafter, looking out for Allah's judgment and before the society's judgment and satisfaction towards their institution. Islamic institutions also tend to contribute to the needs of the larger environment. The companies and institutions all over the globe, regardless the perspective, need to apply corporate social responsibility to be accountable to the stakeholders and shareholders and give back to the society after growing their businesses.
So that's all from our group present about corporate social responsibility CSR. Thank you for your attention.